ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਡਗ ਫੋਰਡ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਟੋਰਾਂਟੋ ਦੇ ਮੇਅਰ ਜੌਨ ਟੋਰੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਕਾਨਫਰੰਸ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਹਾਊਸਿੰਗ ਕਿਫਾਇਤੀ ਚਿੰਤਾਵਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਟੋਰਾਂਟੋ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੰਦੂਕ ਹਿੰਸਾ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਰਚਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਫੋਰਡ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਰਹੀ ਮਹਿੰਗਾਈ ਅਤੇ ਸੂਬੇ ਦੀ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਸਥਿਤੀ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ।
Build more rental units. I know we've built more rental units last year than we had in 30 years, but we have to continue the pace, and they're finding it challenging as well to build more rentals as we see interest rates are going up. What would also like to work on, not just rentals, but attainable ownership. And we're going to work collaboratively with the city and all municipalities, but also the federal government. What people want to be able to walk through their door, put their key in, and know they own, be it the condo or their bungalow or their home. So we're going to work hard on that. We're going to continue making sure that we speed up the timelines, that we can get shovels in the ground. Again, give the tools to the municipalities that they need. I think we had a good start with the task force. They put the recommendations out there, but there's work to be continued on that now.
Since his re-election, and what we discussed in priority was we discussed intergovernmental finance related to COVID in particular, because we continue to have some stresses and strains that are COVID derived, and we've been working with the other governments, and I continue to believe very strongly that all three governments have to play a part in addressing some of those issues. I think that we are at a key moment in history now where what we have at the provincial level is a stable government that will be here for 4 years, for a full term. We have an agreement in Ottawa that will have a government there for 3 years. And I think that if that opportunity presents itself, strong, stable provincial and federal governments working with the city can allow us both to overcome some of the challenges we face, but also to take advantage of the great opportunity that I think Toronto is today. We've seen during the pandemic, as the Premier referenced, that when we work together, and you had going on during the time of the pandemic 2 years where there was no territoriality, there was no partisanship, there was simply a desire to cooperate to get the job done, and it worked. And we established, we meaning Toronto, Ontario, Canada, established a track record when it came to saving lives and when it came to vaccinating people and so on that ranked second to none in the world. And now the challenge is to do the same thing with regard to forging a recovery for the city of Toronto. But I'm not immodest in saying it's just a fact that if Toronto can have a strong recovery that leaves no one behind, that contributes to the strength of Ontario and Canada because of the predominant role that Toronto plays, obviously, in the economy of this province and of this country. Toronto's success is fundamental to the success of Ontario and of Canada, and so the things we discussed today, intergovernmental finance, housing, mental health, and a number of other things, are things that are key to making the city successful, which I think in turn will make the province and the country successful. And I'm a proud Ontarian and a proud Canadian, and I carry out my job, obviously, with deference to what the people of the City of Toronto need, but at the same time, obviously, trying to make sure that can contribute to a stronger Ontario and to a stronger Canada.